Wednesday Night with Those Guys, and Wednesday Night with Those Guys is sponsored by
Those
Those
guys.
Guys. What's going on, everyone? What's going on? Welcome to Wednesday Night with Those Guys. And as you know, Wednesday Night with Those Guys is sponsored by Those Guys.
Those guys.
Excuse me. This is the place where we talk about everything in the world of drones and promote the usage of. How has everyone's day been going? It's been some pretty good weather here. I hope everyone's been able to get out and fly. It's been a little windy.
Hey, Johnny.
How are you doing, Lawrence?
I'm good. What's up?
Excuse me.
There's Core. What's up, Corey? Hope all is well. SJM Drones, One Vision Aerial. Johnny Drone Flyer just came
Disappearing.
You gotta excuse me. We're in a new environment. Matt Bagwell, I saw Steven, the flyby guys, was here earlier. SJM,
Yeah, I did see
said also. Yeah, he came. He came in early to say hello. But
okay.
What's up, everybody? What's going on?
What's going on there, Lawrence? How's your?
Well, my setup is a little different. You know, I'm in transition right now. That didn't
Really?
sound right. That didn't sound right. My studio's up in the air, so right now I got a mobile studio. That's why I'm looking down and I'm looking over here at the camera and I'm looking
in transition.
Steven says he's still there.
Okay.
He's still there checking him out. Our buddy from Finland. Hey, Steven, I still want to come over there, man, to Finland.
Okay.
I do still want to go over there, but what's up with you, man? What's good? How's the week going for you?
Who, me? Well, me. I'm doing my thing. I'm busy. It's funny. I wanted to bring it up later on in the stream because it's part of the topic of the stream tonight. Like, what is your favorite drone? And
hey, Yellow Rose.
When I first got into it, you had one drone and you loved the shit out of that drone. You know what I mean?
Yes, I do.
And after a while and doing certain things, you start looking at the drone a little differently.
Agreed.
So, that's one of the things I wanted to touch on later on. But one thing that I did want to mention that noticed that and I'm quite sure everybody has seen this now, that if you go to DJI's online site, they have made from, I believe, what was it, last week, the Mini 3. It's available for purchase without a controller.
Yes.
That's for those who already have a controller. The RCN one, if you already have one.
Yeah, but this one is with the RCN one, but
It is available without it if you go to DJI's online page.
Yeah. I'm looked. Can you see it? Can you see it?
Yeah, if you click on the.
Here it is. Oh, that's a care refresh.
Just click on should say on the top. When you go, you should be able to click on to see where there's the mini drones.
Okay, camera drones. It says camera drones here. Where are we going? New mini.
Look for
mini
the mini
drones right here. This
click on the Mini 3, and when you go on it, look for where you're going to purchase, and it should bring up. Okay, slide down. It should bring up all of the choices.
Yes, no remote. There we go. It does say no remote controller right there. Yeah. So if I click on that, this is the price of it with no remote. Just the drone by itself, $469. Wow. And I saw a guy flying one today.
Okay.
In the wind.
Or the Mini 3. This
Mini 3.
Oh, okay.
He had this one.
This is the hot one right now. It's got a decent price on it.
Listen, for $470, and if you already have a remote, you're saving money right there out the box.
Mm-hmm.
Correct?
How much is it with the remote? Like what?
With the remote, with the remote controller with the screen, it
No,
is
regular remote with the
with the N1, the
yeah,
R2D2 first one. That's $559.
yeah, okay.
Yeah, 559. That's still not bad. 560 with the old R with the old N1 controller and with the screen.
Yeah,
They are asking with the
700.
RT controller, 700 off the top.
Yeah, I know.
That's even a better deal.
Yeah, of course.
700 with the screen and the drone. I saw the guy I saw today must have purchased this particular package because he said he just got it for his birthday.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. And I walked up to him and I
Nice
was like,
birthday present.
right. I was like, nice, nice drone. Me and my boy were walking by. Hey, Travels with Rosie. Welcome back, Matt.
Hey, travels with Rosie.
Bagwell. And I said,
Big Matt Bagwell.
it flies better in winds
What is Big
12 miles per hour or less. And he was like, yeah, I know. I have the Mini. So this isn't my first drone. I was like, well, okay, that's good. And while he said that, he took off into the sky. And when I turned around, he was up there and it was hanging. The winds are blowing. What are the winds blowing at now?
Well, earlier they were about 27 gusts, but it wasn't bad, the wind, when it was steady.
Yeah, all right. At 100 feet, it's 13 gusting to 25 miles per hour at 100 feet. So it was about the same conditions that we saw him. But he went up in the air and it hovered up above the area where he was like a pro. But I guess the wind must have started moving it or something because when we turned around 2 blocks later, he was gone. My boy said maybe he flew down the block. Who knows? But that was the last I saw of him.
Hey, who knows? I mean, I've put the Mini over the roof. I've done some things with the Mini 3 Pro that I didn't think it would be able to do, but it did.
Yeah.
Well, and this is before all of the latest updates and stuff like that. When I was down in Miami.
Yeah.
Yeah. From the parking lot of the hotel. Fly right up over the buildings and just check out the scenery.
Plastic. I'm sorry.
Nice little bird.
I got a new tech support.
Okay.
No disrespect to the original tech support. We love you and we miss you. But I have a new tech support. This tech support brings me straws. No, I'm just playing around. What's up with you, man? What's up with everybody in the chat? How are you guys doing? What are y'all doing? Are you flying? What's going on?
I'm hoping everybody's getting out to fly. I mean, it's great weather, and that's what I asked everyone when I came in. Put it up if you're getting out to fly, because here in New York we've had some fairly decent weather. We've had the wind's been picking up here and there a couple of times, but the morning times has been really good.
Yeah, and that's, to me, even when I'm flying FPV, the morning is the best time to fly before it gets too hot.
But those guys that like to get the sunrise shots,
the
morning times have been great here.
Yes, that's true. Michael Blades,
guys, what's good, man?
I'd like to tell you, I've sold, and I didn't even tell you this, Herman.
What?
I've sold my first print, the photo. I've sold my first drone photo, and Michael Blade is the recipient of it. Recovery One, what's good? And I have to get the file to him so he can have it digitally printed. And all I ask is that he take a picture of it. He now officially owns the print and everything. And I just ask he takes a picture of it and standing next to it and send it to me. I got lucky last week. I was able to fly twice and once in a different town. Matt Bagwell, that's right. Matt Bagwell is Captain UPS down there. He does the UPS thing.
All right. There. So what does he travel long distance for UPS or just around the city?
I don't know. I think he just travels locally from city to city, but
Well,
We applaud UPS men. Nothing against U.S.
listen,
postal workers, but you know how I feel about my old post office and the slackers that filled that building. But enough of that. I
you
digress.
can't leave them people alone, huh? No, but Lawrence, we mentioned this. What was it, last year? Yeah, we did. Well, this year, the 2022 Collier Trophy recipient has been named. So the National Aeronautics Association,
Yes.
they've announced the winner of the 2022 Robert J. Collier Award. They said it shall be presented to the James Webb Space Telescope team.
Hey, Warren.
Yeah.
Okay.
Now, this award is given out annually, as you know, and it's to those who are breaking ground and basically taking great achievements in, that they say, in changing aeronautics and astronautics along the ways of development and innovation, also with performance, efficiency, they believe, talking about, and safety.
I know if you had talked about this stuff more than 7 years ago, I would not know what the hell you're talking about. But
What?
I'm
The
behind you.
trophy?
Yes, I'm
Oh,
behind
okay.
you 100% with this award.
And yeah, yeah, safety of air space vehicles.
Big Matt.
Big man. So basically, people like you. Okay, you remember years ago, the United States had they had said that they weren't going to be sending up any more rockets in space. They were going to
They were going to scrap rockets.
they're going to sub work out to people that
Independent
will
companies.
develop, independent contractors, develop their own systems and work with them to do these things. Well, that's what they're talking about. People who come up with programs to develop and changing the world.
For example, like when they introduced this, if you notice, Virgin, the owner of Virgin, got into it. He tried to come up with his own carry and payload system. Your other boy, the dude with the 1,000 satellites in space already. That's Elon. Yeah, him. He's got Skylink. These are all different transportation systems. They're using new rocket systems and everything to get those satellites up there. That's what all of this award, like you said, all this award stuff comes from.
People who develop new, what's going on there, Big Man? Yeah, I kind of guess so, but why you're having troubles with the Mavic 3?
What happened? I haven't seen the chat.
No,
hold on.
Big Matt said something about the Phantom is still the king. Yeah, I guess so. It's the originator. It's the one that brought everybody to the table.
Yes, it is, and everyone's still eating.
It was the drone that brought everybody into DJI.
DJI is still eating.
But Lawrence, where'd you go? You still there?
Yeah, I'm here.
Oh, there you go.
Yeah, I'm here. I just have to tilt my head off screen real quick.
Oh, you disappeared.
Yeah, I'm here, dude.
Well, you've heard of this Texas-based company, Drone Sense, right? You heard
Yes.
They build like drone software for first responders and stuff like that. You know what I'm talking about, right? Okay. All right.
Yeah,
So
yeah.
well, and they're now moving into the hardware space. Believe this or not, they are now have a commercial device that can be attached. Now we all know about remote ID and everything coming on, and we all know about the what's going on with the federal government and places like Florida and them banning the the usage of the Chinese made drones such as DJI and Autel, basically, and the government having issues to the usage in their departments for the off-the-shelf drones. They can't use the Chinese made drones either.
Right.
Any funding that comes from the government and stuff like that. And now, like in certain places, like I said, Florida and I believe Mississippi is trying to develop the same thing.
Yes.
So
that's crazy though.
Like I said, DroneSense has come up with this commercial device that you can attach to your public safety drone.
Yes, and I'm pulling up the picture now.
Such as something like the Matrice,
the M30,
the 300 and the 30 and stuff like that. This device will essentially, it's going to let your drone function. It functions like a backpack computer.
Yes.
And what this device is going to do, it will well, it's supposedly to bypass your radio's frequency and use the what they mentioned was the freenet radio frequency.
Yes.
With a 5G or 4G and a 5G data.
Right.
Now, this device that they're developing is going to be compatible with the the National Defense Authorization Act. So now they can bypass the hypocrisy of using the Chinese
blue UAS list
and use these drones that are less money and more effective for what they were using the drones for.
Right.
And what it does is it blocks DJI from receiving any of the data information because they're not using DJI's radio frequency that connects to the drone to the radio.
I just have to agree with Draymond real quick. We're not diversing subject, but he said the Phantom is still the most versatile drone. All the others have limits. And this is
because
true.
It's an all-in-one package.
My browser just shut down.
Really?
I'm still live. As long as I'm still live, I'm good. But my browser just shut down.
I just got a warning here. Warning. Warning.
Yeah, you remember it's Lost in Space? Danger, Will Robinson. Danger. That's the kind of alert I want.
No, I got that right here on the screen. I got it right here on the screen. I don't know what that's about.
Okay.
Maybe they're coming to get me.
You're talking too much. You remember back in the day, guys used to get in a boat, have pirate radio, AM radio frequency, AM radio frequencies. They'd go out in a boat into neutral waters and then they broadcast their propaganda, against the United States. not realizing when they get back to shore, the feds are waiting for them.
You know what you got to do?
Big Matt says the Inspire can stay, but the Phantom must go. Best drone needs upgrades. Big Matt.
You know what you have to do?
What?
You got to put your phone in one of those waterproof bags, right? And then go underwater and then tell them what you want to tell them.
Yeah, and broadcast, right? They're like, the signal's just emanating from this area in the water, but we can't, our satellites can't pick you, stupid. Our satellites can't pick them up. Exactly. It's hard to believe they used to do that. What we're doing right now is educational, and they used to consider that educational, remember?
What?
But getting back to the story of DroneSense, that's a great device because it's going to block DJI's signal. They claim that reports back to DJI.
Well, it still stops them from getting any of the.
It stops them from receiving the data.
Now, what I'd like to know does drone sense pick up your care refresh? Because
If your bird goes down,
I guess they wouldn't need it. They're all insured. It's all a government thing. So the average guy wouldn't need this. He doesn't really have that issue. This is more so for government use or for public safety. Those people who cannot use it because of certain issues.
well, it was because the drones, they believe, transmitted information back to China. Now, if you're wondering how they claim that the drones transmit data back to China, our drones link up to satellites. Okay, satellites are the most hackable devices out there.
Is it?
In today's
I think
time,
once you put it out there, anybody can get it, though.
exactly. Like you told the lady yesterday. No, it was today. You told the lady
There's no such thing as privacy in public.
Hey, Leonard, the lady walks up to us. Herman and I are at a site, and she goes, "Are you using that to spy on the workers to make sure they're working?" And I'm like, "No, but you could." And Herman goes, "But that's illegal."
Yeah, you can't do that.
Yeah. But the fact that DroneSense has a device that will take Chinese drones off of that, or tell DJI off of that blue UAS blue list. At least we hope. Well, no, it's going to stay on the list. It's going to stay on the list unless you use that device.
I don't think it would be all. I mean, you're talking about the entities list or the band list.
Yeah.
I don't think that it will. I don't.
Right, because the DJI would have to install.
I mean, no. Here's what I'm trying to say to you. However that device is going to work, right? It would be, and they're saying that it's going to be compliant with the National Defense Authorization Act. So with that being said, then that makes the drone capable of doing what they need. Or okay. It's like you keep telling me you're hungry, right? Mm-hmm. And I give you something to eat, right? And you eat it, and you tell me that you're hungry, and I give you more food to eat, and you turn around and tell me, now, what is it that you're going to tell me now about it? Now that your belly is full, what is your issue now?
Right. What? No gravy.
And then it's going to come down to the fact that it's still Chinese parts inside of the drone.
Right.
And that's where I see this might go. I wonder how much non-Chinese parts is in those other drones, and then the
American drones,
and even if there isn't, the fact that all of those products are probably so exclusive, the parts are so exclusive, that drives the cost of the damn drone build up. You understand what I'm going? You understand what I'm saying? Yeah. So
yes.
Hey, listen.
We'd be screwed.
It's not my problem to deal with.
But we would be screwed, right? If Asia decided to double the price of all electronic parts they send here. Like companies like Brink that build their own drones.
They do. I don't think that would be I don't think that they would do something like that.
No, I'm just saying that could be an issue.
I don't think that. You know why I say that? Because when you get down to it in the nitty gritty of it, how many of those companies over there are operating that are really from here? You got manufacturing going over, like you talk about Intel and stuff like that. Intel is they're based out of California.
True. Yeah, you're right.
There's a lot of manufacturing and stuff that goes on over there.
But see, everyone's talking about the whole plot of this story is everyone's talking about remote ID and information sent back to China. And now we have a device right here on screen. DroneSense has created one, and I'm sure there are others out there, just like there are different remote ID chips.
Well, that's not a remote ID chip.
No, but I'm saying just like remote ID chips are being created in modules, they're doing the same thing to block these drones from transmitting certain data.
Well, yeah, they're not going to use the same radio frequency. So
But
DJI
my
is
question
blocked
is,
out of the equation.
you think you can move this module from one drone to another?
I don't know.
You think it'll be able to? If
I don't
not,
know. It's not mine.
true.
I would think so.
Well, this is the M30. We already know the
That's
size
the
of the M30.
300.
This is the 300. I'm sorry.
The
My bad.
30 is the one with the fixed camera that lays down sort of like the Mavic style drone.
Okay, yeah, I'm not looking at the gimbal system down below, but this device
You may not
is
be able to
actually a
see
decent size.
that.
What I like about it is it has its own 4G and 5G network
Right.
availability. So if you are in an area where you do not have 4G or 5G with your phone, that drone will probably, if it doesn't have a connection, you go up in the air, you will probably establish one.
Well, what they're saying is that it's good for places where they, or from situations where
That's the product.
so when they have to operate beyond visual line of sight.
Okay. Hey,
You
Fly
have
Guy,
a very
girl.
good connection.
Right.
You know,
Well,
that's the most important thing. No?
let's see where it goes. Let's see if anyone else comes up with devices like this to block signals being broadcast back to.
Well, I mean, the first guy to the race is the guy that gets it. You know what I mean? The end of the race.
Yeah, they get that first dollar. You're right about that.
Just that finish line is the guy that, and then after that, it becomes a situation where who can do it a little cheaper.
True. That is true.
That's where it's coming now with the remote ID modules that I see coming out. One guy came out with one. This is the price range that was going to rock in, and then now everybody's trying to come within that price range and try to come a couple of dollars cheaper.
Yeah, that's usually what it is. They look at the guy who created the new pastry, and then they make the same pastry with a little twist to it. And yeah.
Well, honestly, in my opinion, the biggest problem with what I've seen with some of those remote ID modules is the same problem that happened with Android.
Too many different versions, and not everybody can keep up.
No, there's just one version of Android.
Yeah, but there are different companies who are still on Jelly Bean, ice cream cake, peanut butter and jelly.
Nope.
No, not anymore?
Nope.
What do you mean?
Nope. All I'm about to tell you. You have one version of Android, right? Android has that one version of Android. Now, all of the companies, Samsung, LG, whoever, Joe Schmo, Peter and Bob, Willie Lou, all of those people now make Android phones. Now, if you just gave that phone their names and the Android program, everybody would buy the cheapest Android phone out there because they're all the same.
True.
So what these companies have to do is to take that Android program and then write programs on top of it to make that phone unique to them.
Right.
And to have features on it that no one else has. You understand what I'm saying to you? And make things happen this ooh and ah. So to convince you as to why you should pay $900 for that phone.
For their version. Yeah, for their version of this.
You understand what I'm saying to you? And that's what I find is happening with some of these remote ID modules. You have what needs to be broadcasted. Everybody knows this. These companies know what needs to be broadcasted. They know how it needs to be broadcasted. And now they're going to go and have their own little software that goes along with it. And then now all of these things function differently.
Okay.
Going into the same system.
Well,
so, that's going to be interesting to see. I don't think, excuse me, I haven't heard anyone mention, I don't know if it's going to be a problem, but it just sounds like something that's potential, just like how the Android phones operate funny and different at times because of the software that's written on top of it. Some people call it bloatware, but it's just like, you know, the software, the stuff that's written on top of the Android program. Now, when you have Apple, Apple's a closed system. Apple's Apple, Apple's Apple. Nobody sells Apple phones, but Apple's Apple.
Yeah.
So there's no software to put on top of it. Samsung's never going to sell an Apple phone.
Okay, I got you.
You know, Apple's Apple.
Right.
There's no other software to write on top of it. It's a closed system. That's why it works simplistic, and that's that.
Okay.
So that's what, like I said, I can see that going. These remote ID modules may have there's potential for that issue. And if you look, what was it? Ken Herron did a video with the remote ID modules, and like one of them was working a different way from the other one, and it sets up a little bit different on the on their own app that you connects to. And then which one could be picked up and which one couldn't be picked up. I don't know.
Well, after DJI went and came out with their own monitor with a screen in it, they resolved a major issue. Different versions of tablets and different this and different that, and I'm glad they did it actually. So if it'll help, or if it'll help in the future.
Well, I'm just saying. The reason,
how many times have people brought tablets and they never worked?
No, but I'm just comparing the whole idea of of different companies putting out this module that that somebody, I don't know, I can't say that one company should have made it, because now that keeps the price up. But I just find that if you have, everybody has their own different app to go along with it that's different from the next guys, they're gonna enter into whatever system that they enter to differently. I'm just saying, I don't know, maybe I don't know what the hell I'm talking about. Because Android people, or people who use Android, know what I'm talking about. And the people who won't use Android understand what I'm talking about.
Oh, the iPhonians, the Apple head.
Yeah.
Hey Jody, what's up? How are you, man?
You know what, Lawrence? I'm quite sure everybody is anticipating this release tomorrow. They want to know what's going on.
Now we get to the beef of the show.
I guess that tomorrow you can tune in at 9 a.m. if you are here on the East Coast, right?
Right.
That's the time, right? 9 a.m. tomorrow.
Right.
Tune in. Same bad time, same bad channel. No, DJI will probably be running a nice little video and this, they're probably not gonna do just some more cheapo video with this. They're probably gonna do something nice. I don't know, maybe they might just even announce that they're gonna release it. And just play with people a little bit more, squeeze your head a little bit. But a lot of people have been anticipating this drone. I mean, a lot of guys that I know of are not going to buy it, but I know a lot of people who do want it. I mean, and talking with Billy, Billy really wants to see the release of this drone, because he was saying that to me. It's like, damn it, release it already. It's time enough. Guys want to get their hands on it. What you think, Lawrence?
I want to see something. I mentioned to you last week on the live stream that a lot of the YouTube influencers are quiet. You haven't seen or heard from them?
Well, I wouldn't say that. I mean, there's videos still out there, but we've seen the rumors, we've seen the leaked pictures, we've seen all of this, we've seen that. And we've actually seen what we believe is actually the finished product, right? All polished up. And then DJI had that big advertisement that they sent out to everyone, announcing that there was something happening tomorrow with
this one here.
The one with the that one with the golden and the bird making all that noise. Yeah, see that we also got that one. So
we got this one.
Silhouette shot of it. And there was a bunch of leaked stuff leading up for like damn.
This one here. This one was
now.
This
So
one.
finally,
Yeah.
finally it's supposed to be coming tomorrow. And I me personally, I just call it a flying Ronin 4D. And this video here, what I thought was interesting about this video is that he takes the Inspire 2 and puts it on the shelf.
Yeah.
And pulls out the brand new one.
But I want to point out something real quick. Look how slim the profile is of this drone. So they didn't say anything or show anything. This is a very slim profile. If you look, the Inspire 2 is back here on this shelf right here. This is a very slim profile. I'm wondering, will the Inspire 3 be a foldable drone?
Well, she folds a little better.
Yes. But this is what I'm saying. This is a big case, a big wide case.
Yeah, it's a big case, but the drone folds a little better. That's why it goes a little flatter like that.
And then you have the photos.
And by today's standard, some people will shove that in the overhead compartment. And
true.
And there will be no room for everybody else.
They would damn sure try. And then you have this one here, where you're showing the elongated cases.
Right. See, now here we go. These pictures was leaked again with all of the old drones, and they showed. Yeah.
Now, what I was pointing out about look at the profile of the drone standing up right on the ground here. Look at the profile of the case. The case is only about this high when my mouse is closed. So I'm wondering, like I said, do these arms fold in and out? Do you loosen a screw and they slide in, retract? What?
It will probably go into a briefcase mode where it would fold down even tighter.
Exactly. I just saw what I was looking for. Hold on, right here. You see this case? Look at how the body goes into here and the arms go along the outside. So this Inspire is foldable.
And it goes right.
It looks like it's foldable.
It sits right down in the case, and the case folds around it. The case melts around it.
Yeah. Well, we will find out tomorrow morning, won't we?
Oh yeah, we'll see what's coming out with all of this stuff like that, and this, that, and the other, and all of that there. Like I call it a flying Ronin 4D. Because what we know about this thing so far from what they talk, we know it's a full frame, right?
Yep.
So what are they looking at? The 8K Zen News, or the X9, something like that. What are we going? That's what they're talking. I don't know.
Oh, here it is. Remember you were talking about the drone ban earlier? Jody, I'll show it. I got the video queued up. I'll slip it in. The one in Hawaii, not the one in Florida, but Jody just put up a video, showed me a video, asked if I could show it. I didn't want to divert from the subject of the Inspire, so let's finish the Inspire and then go into this video go back into that video, the drone ban.
Wasn't talking about a drone ban.
Well, we mentioned it briefly earlier. That's why I said let's finish the Inspire story. And you mentioned how Florida and someplace else actually had it. But Florida. we will slip the video in.
Florida has stopped all of their companies and municipalities around Florida from using police department, anybody from using any Chinese-made drones.
Yeah, that's.
So you can fly them, but you can use it for your own personal use, but not at work.
Right.
Okay, that's what I was saying. And I believe Mississippi or one of them has the same thing on the table to do the same thing.
Right, and this video is Hawaii.
Hawaii, I don't know too much about, other than I have a copy of the bill that was mentioned. But I haven't gotten too deep into it.
Okay.
I was talking with Ryan, and Ryan had mentioned a couple of things to me about it. So,
hey, Tony.
Actually, he'll be here next week. but I'll talk to you about that in a minute. But yeah,
Okay. All right.
you know, like I said, they're supposed to be doing something, I guess, with the they're supposed to be improving the FPV camera on this on the Inspire, on the Inspire 3.
Okay.
That's good for, you know,
Yeah.
especially for if you're doing a dual system where you're working with a someone
Right.
who's
Right.
working the camera,
Yeah.
someone who's working
With
the
a
camera and you're
secondary
flying.
controller.
I mean, and regardless, I mean, it uses the FPV camera to when you're flying it anyway. So I guess
True.
that makes best sense. And
But
it's
that's a
funny,
two. That's that. I've seen a lot of people fly the Inspire 2 and the Inspire 1 by itself. The Inspire 1 was a little simpler to operate, but I've flown the Inspire 2, and
mm-hmm,
it's a little tricky to get the. You can
right?
fly FPV, but it's a little tricky to fly
Mm-hmm,
FPV and keep your camera focused on the subject.
mm-hmm.
But it's a two-man bird.
You think?
Yeah, yeah.
I just think that some of the things that everybody is saying or what they're saying about it is just
Hey, crypto.
it goes without saying because you want better image quality, right? Okay. You know, I don't know. Better dynamic range. Ooh, yeah, because you got a full frame, you know, sensor, low light, you know, performance, those type of things that they're gonna get out of that full frame. Plus, they know about the Ronin 4D already, right?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so what? 15-kilometer transmission range. I'm hearing.
Right, right.
Yeah, the video transmission range.
Mm-hmm.
I'm hearing O3 plus video transmission. Um, it sounds good. But
Welcome back, Johnny.
the last time we saw an Inspire release, right? And the last time we saw an Inspire release, there was another drone that was released with it.
Right.
You know, and that's when DJI came out with you know, with the Phantom 4 Pro.
Mm-hmm.
You know, when they came out with was that the Lightbridge 2?
Yes.
When they stepped up to Lightbridge 2.
Mm-hmm.
You know, I think it's odd that we've jumped to how many different transmission systems since that in such a short space of time, as technology has changed quicker since then. You know,
This is true.
there wasn't a
It's
light bridge, and then there was light bridge, and then light bridge 2 came a few years later.
Jody says he might sell his Inspire 1 V2 with 2 controllers, very little flight time, 5 batteries, depending on the price of the Inspire 3.
Well, what I find odd and interesting, well, see, this is going to be a pretty penny, because
Get out of get out of Hell yeah.
guys talk about, you know, the Phantom 4 Pro, the original Phantom 4 Pro, and it being old technology, and then guys started beating up on the Inspire 2, talking about old technology, and then everybody joins in on that verbiage, and then
Right.
watch guys in all of these different communities time in and time out continuously passing around what could be the same 12 Inspire 1s.
Mm-hmm.
You know, because guys are buying them and rebuying them and selling them. The other guys are buying them, and somebody probably bought one last week.
Yeah, I know.
Guys love that drone.
True. True.
Guys love that drone.
And
You know,
getting to guys who love that particular drone, what's your favorite drone right now? I'm asking you, Herman, and I'm asking Jody
well,
says he loves Lightbridge. So do I. What's your favorite drone to all you guys out there listening?
well,
What's your go-to drone? What
what
I
I
mean,
wanted to, what I
hmm?
wanted to ask you before that, though, Lawrence,
Yeah,
was that keeping in mind with that, right? Well, I said talking about the Phantom 4 Pro was released. We know the Phantom 4 Pro was released with last time they released an Inspired, right? When the
right.
Inspired was released. But what about the Mavic 3 Pro? You think they'll release it with the you think they would do that?
Tomorrow as well. If they
They
stick
would do
with
that?
tradition, if they stick with tradition, when they released
You think they would do that?
Classic birds. I'm hoping they do. I hope they stick with tradition. When they released the Phantom 4 Pro, the Inspire came out, and now they're releasing a Mavic Pro, and they have an Inspire releasing tomorrow.
The Mavic 3 Pro.
I mean, why hold it back? Everyone has the photos.
Well,
everyone's seen the leaked pictures of the Fly More bundle with the RC controller, and then they've seen a single drone by itself.
Well, yeah, that's what I want to talk about, because
RC Pro.
We saw this, and we saw these different things here, right? Come out with
the RC Pro.
Now that's what I thought was interesting, because the other pictures show the Fly More with the regular controller, but in some of the leaked photos, right? Like you have one where they show not that one. You have one where they show the RC Pro, with the screen, right? And what they were showing in that screen was on the 7 times zoom, I guess, on the
that's
screen.
This right here, yes.
Yeah.
And you know what?
Also with with that the shutter of 1/30 plus the f4 aperture.
Yes, but what I noticed more than
ISO.
But what I noticed more than the 7 times zoom and the 130 shutter and all of that were the 32 satellites in this photo right here.
Okay.
Notice that
satellites.
Because right now I don't know of a present day DJI drone. I personally, if it does, someone in the chat correctly, right, depending on the locale, but they have 32 satellites here, 7 times zoom, 4.0. f-stop, and as low as a 1/30th
and 3
shutter.
Yeah, that doesn't mean nothing.
And I also noticed that this was on a 4G network, which is interesting because if you know, the Air 2S only works on 5G network. It can fly on a 4G network, but it works best on 5G.
1/30. Okay.
But let's see what it is, though. Let's see what's up.
Yeah, I'm interested in seeing what's going on.
This filter kit that everyone's seen that was
that was ND filters, 8, 16, 32, 64. That's all you need with the size.
And you know what's funny? This is slick by coming up with a camera design like this. You know why?
Why?
Because it's harder to create a variable. Multiple cameras. You understand what I'm saying? Unless they put a variable slide on the side, I don't see how they could do it. Which means third-party vendors like Freewell and Polar Pro, they'll come up with the same type filters, but I don't see anyone coming up with it.
It would end up being kind of heavy.
Yeah, I know, but you know how we like our variables. It's much easier than switching from an ND8 to a 64.
Yeah. All right.
Let's see.
I guess they found another way to make some money instead of with just the batteries. Now, this is the one, like I said, has been interesting. I want to see what happens when this does release, because
this looks like the single, 1 battery, 1 controller.
You think? Well, you're always going to see that picture on the box. But what I'm trying to say to you is, with the Fly More and that photo that they show in the leaked photos, like I said, we don't know. Those are just photos that will leak.
Right.
That is not the RC Pro.
Right. This is not the RC Pro, but this one here is.
So
now, is it an RC Pro? We pointed out that we did not know if it had antenna or not.
All right.
Yeah.
Ask yourself this. Why would that controller be in the box with 1 battery? And the RC, the DJI RC, which is a lesser than controller, in a box with a 4 Fly More?
True.
I'm going to wait and see when this thing does launch, what happens, and to see what and how they do how the whole this thing is going to
Dan the man. Jim's droning.
Because that's what I'm curious to see.
So hold on. Crypto Man says it has a wide angle, a 160 millimeter.
We
Correct.
got that. Yeah, we do have that information.
Yes.
Yeah,
Yes.
we do have that information. We do have that information. We have the you have your 4/3 CMOS sensor with 24 millimeter wide angle. You also going to have a 1-inch 50 millimeter lens and a 1/2-inch CMOS with a 160 millimeter telephoto.
Right.
So this is what I've heard.
We are hoping tomorrow, Crypto
curious. Man. I'm not exactly sure because DJI wasn't at a lot of the shows, and I think they were banned from going to CES. Was it? Yeah. So, but they are going to be at the NAB show in Las Vegas on April 15th through the 19th. And DJI will be there. And I'm curious to know if they don't release it tomorrow, will they show it there or what?
I would hope that.
Or will they release it there? Who knows?
I would hope they stick to tradition and
release it now.
Okay.
Releasing it now? They said I can't do nothing until July. I got the pow. Anyway.
Yeah, but getting back to what we were talking about.
I'm interested in seeing that because
Crypto wants to know, do we think that they will release it tomorrow?
I mean, you mean the Inspire 3?
No,
I think that's in stone. But the Mavic Pro, the Mavic 3 Pro.
Yes, the Inspire 3 is releasing tomorrow. So
they could. I mean, and they did. Like I said, with the Phantom 4 Pro, they did. Will they? I don't know. They could shock anybody and do whatever. I mean, DJI will do what DJI will do. You know, they could stay in form with that. You know, we haven't seen either of the two type of drones in a minute. You know?
Right. And what a better time to introduce them to an already open market.
I think a lot of people were asking or was hoping that this Mavic 3 Pro had the mechanical shutter in it. And I will tell you this, that if it does, you can definitely forget about those SDKs you guys have been asking.
Oh, yeah. Well, they released the SDKs for the Mini 3. I saw a few posts, but as far as releasing SDKs for these Mavics and stuff that are out, when DJI finishes making enough money,
Draymond's in the chat, right? Okay, yeah. Draymond, the SDKs are out for the Mini 3, right? And you need to map something. You're going to grab the Mini 3 with the little bitty sensor, or you're going to grab the Phantom 4 Pro or something bigger to go out and map with. I don't know. What are you going to fly the Mini at? 70 feet off the ground? 100 feet? Like, well, why would you do that? I mean, it's good to play around with, but I hear guys talking about mapping, but that doesn't make sense to me. I don't know, but the reason why I say that is because you wanted it's okay.
Recovery says no mechanical shutter.
Exactly. So everybody wants the global shutter, right? Because there's no more talk about that, right?
Right.
It's already written in stone that is better for capturing photos. Right? So we don't have to go any more about that. So that's why the Phantom 4 Pro is still around doing exactly what it's been doing for so long. And this is why we still talk about it. Yeah. And when you start getting into having to break that system up and to piecemeal what's in it to create other products is fine, cool. You make a little bit more money on it, but you're talking about you got an enterprise drone that has a mechanical shutter for using for mapping.
Right.
Why would I release the SDKs for that so that I turn that drone into an all-in-one solution? If I do that, the price would go up astronomical past the price of this of the enterprise drone. You don't want that.
True.
You don't want that. If they do, you won't see the SDKs for that. They just won't do it. You buy the enterprise drone if you want to do enterprise work. And I think that's where they're going with that. If that is to be.
Tomorrow, what time is this launch?
9, isn't it?
At 9?
Mm-hmm, mm-hmm,
We
what? Yeah, and I believe 9. Yeah.
Okay.
That's what they usually do.
Eastern Standard Time.
Yes, but you know what, Lawrence? This was just confirmed. They have now come. I've seen they had an 8th edition of the Mavic 3. The Mavic,
yes.
The Mavic 3 Ultra. That's supposed to be coming out in July of this year. I believe that one's coming out July of this year.
Here's the Mavic 3 Ultra, and
that's the 9 camera setup system. You got two
you guys that
sensors
don't have enough
there.
glass in your drone. You know, I think this.
When I saw this, I thought this was hilarious.
It is. It's ingenious. But for those of you that are waiting for that Mavic Pro SE, this is it. Special edition. This is it right here. You have your 4/3. You have your 4/3 in the middle,
and then a bunch of 1-inch
sensors and telephoto lenses all the way around. You have 1, 2, 3. Hold it. 1, 2, 3, 4 telephoto lenses, 4 1-inch sensors, and 1 4/3 sensors. Now, how much are you willing to pay for this baby right here?
That's got 9 times zoom.
9 times zoom in 3D. We thought this would be a little funny.
Jump on it.
It is hilarious. You guys, so you may want to hold out from buying the Mavic 3 Pro to get this Mavic 3
Ultra.
Pro SE.
No, this is Ultra.
Oh, the Ultra. Mavic Pro Ultra. Yeah. Let's see what happens. Lambo Drive, what's good, man?
The Hasselblad camera. Look at it in its glory.
Could you imagine?
No, that was funny when I saw it.
I did see that.
You mentioned you had a video that you wanted to show.
Yes. We had mentioned how Florida is stopping local law in Florida. The police are in an uproar. The government agencies are in up because they cannot fly DJI Chinese drones. We won't say DJI because there are more than DJI Chinese drones in America, and the government agencies are using them. But this is the story right here. I didn't know. I heard Hawaii was getting, actually about 2 to 3 weeks ago, I heard Hawaii were getting people together on the news to ban drones in the entire area of Hawaii. Okay. But Jody sent this link here, and this may give us some insight on what's going on. So let's check it out. Hold on, let me turn it up a little more so you can
now
hear
who is this? Because
this is Hawaii.
I don't.
Oh, you got to give credit to the people.
Who the people? Because I don't.
KITV in Hawaii. KITV radio station. Let's hit
the copyright strike
button. Yeah, that's true. So
yeah, go ahead.
Let's give a shout out to KITV.
Yeah, shout out. Okay, we're gonna get a copyright strike. Go ahead. Can't hear a thing. Speak up, woman. I can't hear you. What happened to the audio? Lawrence? Are you there?
Yeah.
I can't hear.
You can't hear it?
Nope. Barely.
At all?
I don't know if they can hear it, but I can barely hear it. Anyway.
Okay, Herman froze. So well, I had saw this. I want to point out, Herman.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, if you could hear it, I'm hoping that they could too. For some reason, you froze for a few seconds, so I don't know. But listen, let me put the story. Let me put the link here.
Okay.
Also, I don't know, but we will resolve the issue.
Okay.
Hold on, let me get the link.
What happened?
Check it out. But I had saw this on the news.
Something's going on. Lawrence, did you go out? Did you disappear? What? Or is it me? Oh, it was Lawrence.
Okay, I'm back. I'm back.
All right.
I don't know
All
what
right.
I
Now,
don't know
what were
what
you?
happened, but
I don't know either. What were you saying now? You saw it on the
Herman
news.
is fine, low sound. I put the video in the link in the chat. Thanks to Jody, he put the link there. But
Who, my volume was
basically in
low?
Hawaii, they are trying to make it so that if you fly over a property, now if it's a sit, and now and they do this in other cities, if it's a city or government agency and that's their property, you're not supposed to fly over. But they're trying to say in Hawaii, Herman's froze now. They're trying to say in Hawaii, if you fly over a certain area,
Mm-hmm.
it can might be unstable. Okay. All right. We'll have.
Did you disappear again? I guess you did. His internet is probably unstable. Now, I guess he was mentioning something to the effect that in Florida, not Florida, but Hawaii, and I did hear something about it. I don't know if it's me that's out or is it Lawrence. I don't know. But what I did hear, from what I understand about it, they're trying to do an aerial trespassing. Yeah, it was Lawrence to disappear. They're trying to get people on aerial trespassing, and it's kind of
I'm here.
hard to prove. Yeah, what
I'm
happened?
back. I'm back. I'm
You
back.
disappeared.
Every time I talk about Hawaii, my shit goes out. I'm not saying Hawaii no more.
Oh, okay. Yeah, they're trying to do
But you get the gist of it.
an aerial
Here is
trespassing.
the video. Check it out. There are lots of states that are trying to make this happen.
What is aerial
See.
trespassing
I
that they're
keep
trying
talking
to
about it,
do? It?
and it goes out again. Let me not
Wow.
talk about it.
Oh, I think I know what it is.
We'll probably have. We will have to get that hardwired.
It's you. That's what it is. They don't like you, so they keep bumping you out. He's still there? Oh, he disappeared again. Yep. What are you running on? Wi-Fi? You know, until Lawrence comes back, like I said, it's an aerial trespassing thing that they're trying to do. And I guess what people have issue with, it's the same old thing, flying over their property. And I get what people are worried about, people hovering over their backyard. And it starts out with people hovering over your backyard, and then it becomes a situation where everybody.
And I'm back.
Again. Yeah.
And I'm back.
What is it?
He even states that they thought about controlling airspace, but found that. Yeah, he does say that in the video. You still there, Herman?
I'm here. I'm telling you what.
Okay.
I'm telling you, I'm asking you, you're using Wi-Fi.
Yeah,
Yeah,
that's that dongle. That's that
that's
dongle. So we will be hardwired on the
you gotta
next
get
one.
it. You gotta get
Definitely.
Ethernet cable. Yeah.
I apologize for that. Um, Joey says I should reboot and come back.
That
I may
might
have to.
help. Um, but your connection, I don't know, is just through the link, right?
Oh
Into
shit.
Zoom. I'm the one that's
Yeah, it's just through the link. Like right now, you're fine.
yeah. See, that's what it's telling me here. Excellent connection.
Okay, because it shut down
I don't know how that happened,
Chrome again.
but let's
Uh,
keep on going because what I wanted to ask everyone now was, like I said this before, about what is your favorite drone? Like what is the drone that you would go to? And I said not so much the go-to drone, but and I don't really have I wouldn't say a go-to drone, but for me, I always grab the drone that has the best camera. Seems to be the easiest thing to use. I mean, they're all the same, easy to use, in my opinion, especially with this godforsaken fly app, but still don't really like it. You still there, Lawrence?
okay,
Uh-oh.
tech support let me know that the
Uh-huh.
dongle that I'm using,
Uh-huh.
I installed it, but I
Uh-huh.
need to update the firmware. That's probably what the issue is.
Okay. So you didn't update the firmware?
That's probably it because it's not letting me do
Mm-mm.
future drones rocket powered
Anyhow,
Pixie. I'm gonna
like
have
I
let me
said,
tell him I'm gonna restart. I'm gonna restart and come back.
you're gonna restart and come back. Well, I'll
Let
be
me
right
text
here.
him.
Who?
I'm gonna restart the computer and come back.
Okay, I'll be right here. Right here. So, like I was saying before, when you purchase your first drone, right? You really fall in love with that drone because that's the drone you have, and you're really gun ho and ready to go and get into this thing, and you're really excited about what you're doing, and you love the hell out of that thing, and you might even cherish it. No, now there's some guys that don't give a damn, and we see that in certain circumstance when drones are first released. Within the next day, that some guy done smashed his up into a tree, trying some death-defying stunt. But we look at these things in many different ways now as you start buying more and more drones and start using them for different things. And at one point when I first bought my first Phantom, I love this drone, and I took it wherever I could go in the back of the car. And I showed you guys the backpack a couple of weeks ago that I had with it. Got that later on, but I got the Phantom 4 Pro. And as I started to explore these drones a little bit more, I started to look at them a little differently and some of the things that they could do. And since now the Mavic 3 has come out, and I'm using the Mavic 3 now, it's been out. We going on. Looking at almost 2 years, and and um, been using the Mavic 3 a lot to do some things, and I'm learning more about this drone even now with the way it acts in certain areas and it conducts itself when asked to do certain things. And when you start getting into which drone you like and what's your favorite drone, and I think guys have many different reasons for why they that's their favorite drone and why they like it. For me, uh, like I said, I like the Mini 3 Pro. I really enjoyed the drone, playing around with it, and but it's not the drone that I would grab when I have to do something, because when I start talking about having to do something, or even to catch like to do a video, or to put together something, I'm gonna grab the camera that has the best image quality, and that's always going to be the Mavic 3. So
Okay, I'm back.
even with that, I mean, sometimes I say to myself,
Oh
man,
no,
my Air
every time I
2S,
go
the only
back
thing the
on,
Air 2S,
he freezes.
who?
Oh no,
You?
that's not.
Who freezes? Oh, I don't know what happened to you, Lawrence. You good,
Oh, got that open.
Lawrence? You good? Okay. Anyway, like I said, but many guys have their reasons for why that's their favorite drone. Some guys call it the go-to drone. And
Can you hear me?
yeah, I can hear you. Can you hear me?
All right.
Can you hear me? Can you hear me now? Can you hear me now? The more you go in and out, the more problems you're getting. Anyhow, so like I said, more people like some of these mini drones because I guess we've flooded, DJI has flooded the market with it, and then Autel has a couple out. And these are probably the best drones right now in that mini class of drones. Oh, we got 3 people here, and 2 of them are Lawrence. All right, oh, we good. He's back. Back. Yeah.
So,
There
there
you
you
go.
go. There you go. All right, this is alternate plan B.
What happened?
For some reason, for some weird reason, it just started to shit the bed. But I can talk this way. We can do it this way. I just won't be able to show it, and I won't be able to show any videos. I'm gonna go to the live stream now and see what happens. Hold on a second. All right, where did I break up at? And where were you?
Well, I'm talking about what's your favorite drone, and I kind of asked
Okay.
everyone if they really would like to, if you can just put in the chat what's your favorite drone. Excuse me, guys, for the technical difficulty.
Yeah, we're in a new studio here.
Lawrence has moved his location, and he's having some issues with internet right now, and we should have that taken care of.
Resolved, yes.
But like I was
Definitely.
saying, but what's your favorite drone? I asked, and I'm telling you how I feel about the drone. And like I said, that getting to know the Mavic 3 a little bit better, and since I've had it a little over a year, I said this November coming will be 2 years, right? The drone's been out. Wow.
Like I put Mavic 3 is his favorite so far.
Right. And the Mavic 3, I've been able to explore some of the things, the conditions that this thing operates in, and see some of the and you know, it's funny, we always talk about how with the Phantoms of being able to put it in ADI mode and to recover your drone in case of an emergency.
I still miss that.
I do, well, in a situation that I had a situation that occurred with the Mavic 3.
Right.
And I really don't know. And I'm still trying, because sometimes it doesn't. And it was only like the one time. And then it was it was 2 times that it happened. But for all the other times in the same situation, in the same area, didn't have that problem. What I did notice was that with setting up the waypoints is always becoming an issue in that same area. And we mentioned this last week.
Oh, yeah.
Mentioned this last week about the waypoints being a problem in that area, and like them being slightly off. And I'm wondering if it is because of that cell tower that's right behind where we're operating.
But if you remember today, there were satellites.
Right. The problem that was having, was the fact the fewer satellites, but the fact that the drone decided that's where it wanted to head to was to the cell tower.
Huh?
And that's not where the drone should have been. The drone should have been.
I'm on here and I have the stream here.
You know what I mean?
Yes. But the issues that we're having.
So when it did that, I'm saying
right.
in the recovery of it, the drone responded properly.
Right.
You know, I just didn't understand why it was like being sucked into the black hole in space.
That was crazy though, because you were there all that time, and then all of a sudden, like
I was
your visual observer. I was your visual observer, and all of a sudden, from a stationary point, your hands weren't on a stick. The drone just decided to drift 50 to 100 feet and start going towards this cell phone relay. And since we've been going to that spot, Herman, we've been having issues.
Well, like I said, there's been days where there's no problems at all.
True. That's true. That is very true. There were more good days than there are bad, we can say.
Right. So I just don't know what it is. And I'm still exploring and learning what's happening in this situation.
Yeah, we're trying to figure out what the hell is going on.
What we have to do is relocate the point and see, because it has to be there. The drone has to actually be there to get.
You see what Draymond put?
Yeah.
Draymond put, that happens. I've had my drone fly off to another start point other than the one that was on the controller. Draymond, so true. I aim towards the waypoint area. So all the drone has to do is just fly in that area, stop, and adjust. I don't do it, hey, Copper State, I don't do it from a great distance. And my drone hit the spot where it was supposed to stop. It kept getting up like it was going somewhere. You remember, Herman? Yeah, and we've come to the conclusion, Draymond, that because these drones are not shielded, that does happen. And it has
I don't know that. I don't know if that's it. I really don't, because like I said, there's days there's no problem with it.
That's true. That's true. That is very true. But today we had ultra low satellites this morning. It was like what, 9.4 you said, or 9.9 satellites?
Yeah, something like that.
You said this morning. And by the time we left the site, it was 11 point something.
But the fact that the drone decided to just head towards the
cell phone tower, like someone cut on a magnet.
Yeah, like why go that way? Like why not the other way?
Right. And keep in mind, Herman was at least 100 feet away from the cell phone relay and not at the same altitude. I could see it doesn't matter. But because I've been within 10 to 15 feet of cell phone relays, Herman, you know that.
Right, but the drone itself was more than 100 feet away from.
That's what I mean. That's what I mean. The drone itself is more than 100 feet away. And
the drone was 70 feet away from me.
Right. And here's another thing, Draymond, that happened.
And it was Herman at like 86 feet in the air.
Here's another thing that happened, Draymond. This was a couple of weeks back or a week back, where Herman took off. When we take off, we always hover. We always hover, because if it's unstable, you land. You know to land. Herman took off and was about to head towards the street. And he stopped to say something to me. And where the cell phone relay is in a building behind us on the roof, the drone turned around and faced the cell phone relay and was about to start heading towards the building. And Herman was like, what the? But you caught it, but still. He said, if your sats are that low, you may not have good sat lock. I only go if I have 11 plus. Well, see, usually it takes.
Well, see, that's the thing. It did give us good satellites in the beginning, and then it's like I'm looking at the thing and I'm watching the satellites drop, and they come back and they drop.
Yeah, the satellites were dropping.
And then it did that funky thing where it did the.
Yeah, it did a little jiggle in the air, like somebody just said, "huh," and touched one of the legs, and it went, to level off.
But today it did that a few times. While I was up in the air shooting, I was
but we
as
did
high as
have little
23
wind gusts.
satellites.
We did have some wind gusts.
True, but I was also up to 23 satellites. I watched it drop to 22. That's okay. Like Draymond says, if it's 11 plus, you should be okay. But I actually had to shut down my drone. Most often when this happens, it's more a software issue, as if the mission didn't load properly. No, we were doing freehand.
You know what's crazy?
We were doing freehand, Raymond.
We had the problem with the missions loading, and we had the problem with doing the free.
Yep. Yeah. Hey, Steven Drones, what's good? Yes, we did, Raymond. We had the problem loading waypoints where it would go to the waypoint, but it was either 10 feet higher or 10 feet lower than the original waypoint. Remember, you started at 65, and when it launched the second battery, it went to like 80 feet, or give or take around that area.
It was supposed to have been 80 feet, and it was supposed to rise up on the other side. And what happened was when it went back in, it stayed at the height. It went straight to the height.
Right, the completion height. The completion height, yeah. And it tilted the camera, Draymond. So if you were point on like this, it tilted the camera either up or tilted the camera down. Herman's tilted the camera up. So DJI, and this started happening 2 weeks ago with that last update.
But see, I refreshed the firmware and everything on this drone 2 days ago.
Right. And yeah, and still. So we don't know what it is, Draymond, but
we'll work it out.
Yeah.
We'll work it out,
We have to keep going back to this
site. Hell or high water, we'll work it out. But I want to know if everybody, everybody, what's their favorite drone? That's all I wanted to know, because for me, like I said, when I first got into the drone, I more cared about it like it is my baby, as opposed to it being a tool. And now, even though I do have respect for the tools that I use, even when I was working as an electrician in construction, I respect my tools and for the quality and being able to do the job that you need to be able to do with it. So I don't know. The mini drones are great for like bumping around and doing your, having a good time, right? But what I notice is that everybody seems to love that damn Avata. Yeah, see, Jim's droning. The Avata, everybody loves that Avata, man. I don't know.
You know what?
The goggles, they got new goggles now. It came out.
They got a new controller.
It's about a week now that these goggles have been out, and everybody seems to love that damn Avata.
This is true. I'm going to try and come in.
If you got an Avata,
put a 1.
Yeah, put a 1 in the chat if you got an Avata. What you said now you're trying to do now?
No, never mind. Never mind. I just got a message. I tried to do something. I like the Phantom for those issues. It seemed to work better with waypoint missions in both loading and camera response. And I agree with you, Draymond. Doing waypoints with the Phantom was so much smoother. Jim's droning, fun-wise, Avata. A lot of people, I know people that said I would never go to DJI that are flying at Avata.
Avata. There's a lot of one-shots out there been done with the Avata.
Yes, you're right. Jim's droning put a 1 in a row. Mavic seemed to jerk the camera at times. Yeah, the Mavic series has always been even going back to the Mavic Pro.
Yeah, it probably still does.
Yeah, even going back to the Mavic Pro, for some reason the Mavic just wants to do this little, you know how you get cold and you have a chill and you go, That's what the drone does. I'm thinking.
Yeah, that's what it did. It did it today.
And you see what Draymond put? Mavics and drift up and down more.
Yes.
We watched it today.
Yes, they do.
The wind was getting weaker. And the drone
it'll go up and down about a foot or two. And then it does I call it where the drone does the 2 steps this way, 2 steps that way, 2 steps back, and it's just doing its thing.
Yeah.
It's not toilet bowling. It's doing an actual box.
Right.
And then sometimes it'll do the slide to the right.
Slide to the left. Yeah.
Today it was sliding to the right.
No, to show the Draymond, to show how much it was being pulled somehow towards the cell phone array. Herman was 70 feet from the drone. The drone was over 100 feet from us. The GPS two-step, Draymond says. Yeah. And what happened is I stood directly, once we realized there was an issue and it was starting to drift like this, Herman was up in the air, and me being his visual observer, I was exactly behind the drone, and I could see it going like this to the right, and then it would stop. Then it would inch like he didn't see me. Let me try it again. Little more to the right, and it would stop.
I'm watching,
and then it would go. Right.
And I don't know, drifts. Hey.
But like we said, it was
never to the left. Never to the left.
Right.
Always to the right.
Right. But we watched the drone. So even when the drone moved back to the left, I'm like, yo, did you do that? And Herman was like, yes, I'm pulling it back to center. I'm pulling it back on point. B Mac, one flaw with the Integra goggles I found, Jim's droning, you cannot hook up an external power supply. So if you fly more than 4 batteries, you have to stop and charge the goggles.
So you can't. Wow. So
yes, there's no external power supply because the goggles have the battery inside the headset on the Integra. Yeah. Fly Guy Merrill said the drones and Mavics are doing the crisscross. That's interesting, B Mac, because I was wondering if you could hook up a power supply.
External power source
externally. He just confirmed that you cannot.
Oh, okay.
It makes me nervous when I do panels and it drifts around a bit too much for my taste. Never had that problem with a Phantom. That's just saying.
You was doing panels with your Phantom?
No, I'm just saying that the drifting and the slide to the right.
The Phantom
to the left.
Drifting moments, but the Phantom just had
2 times.
Beastly motors that just kept it flying in its position.
Right. That's true.
Look at the size of the motors on the Phantom.
They say it can install an external and fly. I know nothing about those make you jump. Hey, Corey. That's true. It make you jump like crisscross day. And I just noticed that these problems are happening more with the last 2 updates. But since you said you updated, they have not come out with anything new.
No.
I'm expecting or hoping.
And I've just refreshed the same old firmware.
Same glitchy. Yeah. So,
and if I go back, I won't have the certain features that.
Oh, okay.
What would I be missing if I went back?
B-Max says that the Avata, getting back to the Avata, it only has one input, a USB-C connection, and that's it.
Oh.
And that's just for charging.
Oh, well.
And that's just for charging. I'm going to check that out. They advertise.
But that's on the goggles.
Yes. The new goggles that came out, the
Integra.
The Integras, yes.
Yeah, that's on the goggles.
Fly Guy Merle goes, everybody clap your hands. clap. Yeah. That's what. Listen, I keep my eye on my drone, and when it does something out of the norm, like it did when I did that waypoint, and it said, okay, I'm going to the waypoint, and it said, okay, I'm passing the waypoint, I'm still going, and I hit the pause. Ever since then, I realized it didn't start doing that until I did that first update. There was an update, if I remember, 3 weeks to a month ago, and then they just came out with an update last week or the week before.
Now, you know, if no one else is having this problems, now we can narrow it down to the location.
Yeah, I'm sure it's the location.
Okay.
I'm pretty sure it's the location to run the fly. Oh, wait a minute. He says that USB charges and also connects to your device, to your phone, to run the fly app. Interesting.
Okay.
At B-Mac, that's actually good to hear because I don't know anyone with the new Integra system yet. And I've been wondering, I've seen a couple of review videos, but I need to know someone personally what they're experiencing and how they like it. Because that new feature of being able to fly backwards. Huh? Ken Heron. Yeah, hit up Ken.
Well, I think Dobo has
Oh, wait a minute.
so,
Wait a minute. Special announcement. I don't have my stream deck set up, but special announcement. Everyone, next week is our 200th live stream. Herman's 200th live stream. Okay.
Got a couple of people expected to be.
We have a few people coming through next week. Don't forget to come by and show some support and love for us. And Herman's,
people passing by the show.
Okay. All right, good. Don't need a phone plug-in, Brian. Jim's droning says. I didn't get a chance to check a saved waypoint after update. Well, I'm telling you guys, we're working on a project where hyperlapse is important. And what the issue is, I'm trying to read the chat now that I'm looking this way. Could wind be a factor? No, John Olson, because Herman shot three-quarters of the hyperlapse. Three-quarters of the hyperlapse in, what was the wind? 19 miles per hour? If that,
I
18?
thought no, because they said it was gusting to 27 miles per hour.
At 200 feet. We were less than 100
feet. I wasn't even 100 feet in the air.
Right.
There wasn't any tall
strong gusts,
any winds to eddy off of.
Hey, Lance,
cause any kind of thing to push me into anything. The only building was behind the location where we were. The drone was out. And
John Olson says, congratulations on the 200.
Thank you.
We are both convinced with 7 years experience,
and
it's that area.
I don't know. I moved away from the area where this tower is, and I was there several times and had no problems.
Right. Exactly.
And just these 2 times where it just acted real funky because it was taking the shots, and then the drone did.
Yeah, that's that little chill, like I'm cold. Chill.
It started to go towards the cell tower.
Cell phone relay. Right. And then when he took off and was acquiring satellites, the drone decided to say, let me turn.
I had satellites. The drone took off the first time. I had satellites. What were we doing? Was I land? I was bringing the drone into land.
Oh, yes. And it turned around.
And then it already did the waypoint mission.
Right. You know how you hold a stick down the land? You were holding a stick down the land, and it turned around and started heading towards the building, right?
Right. It went towards the building where the tower is.
Now, keep in mind, the tower is like 3 or 4 stories up above us, but for some reason, the drone just wants to head towards it. Today, it moved towards the tower backwards. Last week or the week before, it turned around and head towards the building that the tower's in.
And it's funny because, like I said, the radio, we're not even near the tower.
Yes.
But the drone is not.
But I wanted to point out.
Okay, and when the drone was directly in front of the tower, it had no problem.
And I wanted to point out too, Herman, that we've done cell phone relays before, and I've been within as close as 15 feet.
The drone was right in front of the tower. There was no problem. I don't know what it is. It's probably
we even can't figure it. We can't figure it.
I don't know what it is. And the cell was all over.
I'm convinced it's the area because, like I said, when we were flying that rooftop with the busted cable box going to the cell phone relay, I was within 15 feet of that cell phone tower with my Air 2S. It wasn't the Mavic 3 though. We were using Mavic 3s today, but with my Air 2S, I came within 15 feet of the front of the array and snapped a photo. And you know how we go around and we snap photos all the way around and we get behind it. I did not have one issue, not even a flicker on the screen. So I don't know what the hell, we don't know what the hell's going on. Hey, Lance, how are you? Welcome to the stream. It's better late than never. Seriously.
I guess.
So we appreciate you. But when we find out what the issue is, we'll keep you guys posted because it seems to be only this area that we are doing work in.
Well, that's why I said what I said, that it's the area.
Yeah. Hey. Yeah. I'm more than convinced.
Your show is on, Lawrence.
What?
Family Feud.
Oh, for my show Family Feud. Hey, what's up? Mike Flies on Drones. How are you?
Hey, what's going on, man?
Thanks for stopping in,
Right,
man. Hope all
so
is well over there in Chicago.
yeah, how you guys been, man? I haven't. You guys still doing the show? I'm having trouble catching you guys.
Yeah, are you
They
guys
on?
still
It's still Fridays?
no, I get an alert from them on Messenger
Mm-hmm.
that the show is coming on, but usually when it's coming on, I'm either
Saturdays. Because I know
I
they were
think
doing the
yeah,
FTV show. I don't know what's happening.
right,
I've been
right.
so
I
busy with
remember.
certain things and certain shows I haven't been able to get to. Usually I catch everybody who's on Wednesdays. You know,
Right.
that's usually the shows I catch a lot of the stuff that's on Wednesday, unless I
Well,
have to get out of here afterwards.
well, tonight's Mandalorian. I'm
I
eating
saw it
dinner.
already.
Oh, don't tell me nothing about it. I have to
What
watch
happened?
catch up on Mandalorian. Oh,
What happens?
Sunday. I have to check out Godfather Harlem also.
Oh no,
I didn't see Sunday's episode.
done.
Huh?
That's done.
It's done?
Yeah, season over.
Are you serious?
That was the final season, the
No, I
final
know that's the
episode.
last season.
Well,
Last
the
week was.
final episode.
Oh,
I don't
okay.
know if
That's
there's
the
going to be
final
another season,
episode.
but
All
that was
right.
the final episode.
We have Murder FTV this Sunday.
Okay.
Okay.
All
Oh,
right.
so it's Sundays. It's
It's
Sundays.
Sundays. Okay.
All right. All right. So Friday is no more. They do Sundays, I'm guessing. But Johnny
Okay.
Drone Flyer and these guys, they have a schedule out there. They've got someone needs to post that show schedule on
You know what? I think
one of those
I know
guys
where to
group.
find it. I know where to find it. I get it.
Okay. Okay,
I know where to
cool.
get it. I know where to find it. I know exactly where to get it. They probably sent it to
Hey,
me.
are you having fun with the new drone?
Um,
Lance Act.
a bit,
Lance, you came in a little late. He was
a little
saying
bit.
how you can only fly about 3 or 4 times before you have to recharge the headset on the Integra.
Go on the Integra headset.
Yeah,
I mean,
because you
can you?
cannot hook up an external battery.
And you can't change that one either.
No, because it's internal, and I believe the wire goes through the headband.
So
Yeah,
there's no
now
way of.
that's
So they made
okay.
it. They made it so where you can't even get their batteries and connect it.
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
Uh-huh. Mm-hmm.
Thank
Which is
you.
a problem because if something goes wrong with that battery,
That's the headset.
that's the headset. And that takes me
Maybe
back to
not.
analog. That
Maybe
takes me
not.
back to analog days
No,
because
because you can still do something to where you can do the
jury
snippety.
rig it.
Yeah, yeah, of course you can.
Well, you're saying that because you're an electrician.
No, anybody figure it out. I mean, just cut it.
Well,
Hook it up.
well, it is what it is. But it everyone's favorite drone does seem to be the Avata. I see
Yeah, I
everyone's
see that.
talking Avata. I know people that fly camera drones here in
Mhm,
New York that went out and got the Avata. I know people that were
mhm,
flying analog and they did not convert. They
mhm.
just flipped over and went and brought the Avata, and it seems to be a popular bird. Seems to
Yeah,
be
you
very
know what?
popular.
And honestly, drones like that are very important for the community because
Everyone can fly
it's
it.
it's right. Everyone can fly it, and it's not something that
Thanks for
because
watching and listening.
I'm quite sure that everybody is noticing that if you look at everything that's happening in the drone world, it seems as if they're leaving the guys who do this to have fun, the guys that really enjoy doing this. It's like they're
Right,
leaving them behind. And I
right.
think that like with DJI and Autel are the only two that are really dedicated to making a quality product for the consumer to be able to enjoy.
I
Uh,
agree with you. I
um,
agree.
the other companies, they really don't care to do that. So, when you look at that, you say, okay, everything seems to be going in the direction of the commercial use, commercial. You know,
Right.
everybody talks about this beyond visual line of sight. Yeah, that's commercial.
For now, BMAX says for now I can live with it, but as I become better, I know I'm going to want to fly 7-8 batteries. Couldn't do that as it stands right now. And
Right.
right now that's an issue because I don't see them doing an update to the goggles that's going to make it burn less power.
And you can't plug it in and
Because even with my V2 goggles, I
you
can
can't have
burn.
it plugged in and use it, huh?
Yeah. Even with my V2 DJI goggles. Hey, what's up, Bill? I've noticed I burn about 4 to 5 packs and then the battery light starts going down. But even that little 4-cell battery seems to be better than the battery on the Integra.
But here's the deal, Lawrence. You got a power, it's got a connection for you to plug in for power, right?
Yeah, yeah.
Charge it. You get one of those generators, right?
Hook it up to the back of your head.
Hook it up to the control, to the goggles, and put them on. You got constant power. You're tethered.
And VMAX says he's no kidding. I see getting my original goggles at some point. Yeah, no, but see, that's funny, Herman, because we're getting to a point now where people want to fly more. They want to fly more and more, and this Avata is making them more interested in FPV, and they want, like he says, if I want to fly 7-8 batteries, I can only use the goggles, the Integra goggles, for 3 to 4 batteries, and then I have to switch to another set of goggles. Something.
Well, you know what DJI does, right?
It was.
They come out with all these products, right? And they go like this. You know, hold on to that. You take that one. No, take that one for yourself. Take that one for yourself. And then you know.
Oh, wait a minute.
That was good. Then when you come back,
Genrac, hold it. B-Max said, Herman, you're the man. He said Genrac. Why didn't I think of that? You're the man, Herman.
The only thing is you got to worry about is if it starts getting a little
the battery heating up. You feel the back of your head getting warm. You better take that shit off, yo. Yeah, but okay.
That's the only thing you got to worry about. If it starts getting warm on you. Now, I don't want anybody to burn their hair up, be running down the street with Integra goggles melted to their head.
Right. Talk about get it off.
So
I smell plastic and flesh.
So you can do it.
You hear? I smell plastic and flesh.
Somebody barbecuing?
Right. Every time I turn around, I smell barbecue.
So it's getting warm out here. Ooh, it's warm out here. It's getting warm.
Meanwhile, you got a fireball. Your hat's on fire. Hey, Bill, B-Mac, do us a favor, man. Keep us posted on that.
Yeah, keep us posted on that.
Definitely keep us posted on that, because I'm sure somebody's going to come up with a jury rig to make it. They're going to splice in the wires and add an adapter wire or something. Yeah. There's got to be something you can do.
Put their own battery on it?
Yeah, to get more than 4 flights.
Mm-hmm. Oh, but,
because
just don't buy those goggles. That's what some people are going to say.
Yeah, I know. They're going to, you're right. They're going to say, just don't buy those goggles. Integra adding to male pattern baldness. Exactly, B-Mac. Exactly.
Oh, no.
Hey, Artist Fun, how are you?
Oh, no, you're going to have all kind of stuff going on. It starts burning here.
Yeah, right. Is there a beauty salon around here? You smell hair burning? Could you imagine?
That's going to be bad.
What?
Not me. I didn't do it. They plugged it in.
A new case, Herman? Where? Where do you see a new case? Big Matt goes, a new case at Herm.
What?
Oh, Herman? I don't know if Big Matt is asking, do you have a new case or something? I don't know.
No. Nothing new. Nothing new.
Okay. Artist Fun says it's raining cats and dogs.
Oh, I'm sorry.
But it can't rain forever.
But you know what?
But it's good for your garden.
Be careful, though. If
Why?
It's raining cats.
The cats have longer claws?
Well, it could get messy.
Cats and dogs?
Yeah.
Yeah, right? It is what it is. But anyway, welcome to Sunday Nights with Those Guys. Sunday Nights with Those Guys is sponsored by
Those guys. You know, we forgot to do that.
I know. That's why I just figured I'd throw it in there. That's exactly why I figured I'd throw it in there.
You know what, Lawrence? Like I said, everything seems to be where'd you go? Oh, there you are.
I'm here.
Oh, everything seems to be working in the commercial space more so than for the
common consumer.
Well, the consumer. And you remember we were talking about mapping and stuff like that. We were talking about using the Phantom 4 Pro for mapping. And you know, the Phantom 4 Pro, the reason why, not to keep beating on that nail, but the reason why it's good is the sensor size. And I really wouldn't advise anyone to go any lower than that 1-inch sensor for mapping.
Right.
Because you do have other drones out there that do it that have larger sensors.
Right.
And this company, Gremsy, they have launched a lightweight Pixy S gimbal. Now, this is for
let me see if I can pull a video up now. The internet seems to be stabilizing now. Let me see if I can pull that up.
This is for the Sony what is that? The Sony A7R4 camera.
What happened to my phone? My phone just went to sleep.
Here we go.
What the hell? Okay. Here we go.
And it starts.
And it starts. Okay, hold on.
This is this is an industrial gimbal for design, for this, like I said, the Sony A7R4. And they claim that this will be available this month for Gremsy online store, or from the online store.
Here we go. I found it.
And
let's see if I can get it to go.
Through other company parties and worldwide network providers and dealers of this their products. They say that this new gimbal with this design is designed great for well, they feel that it's supposedly, I don't know, this is how they word it, it's ideal for mapping and inspection missions. And they say it's optimized for the flight time and stability. And
artist fun.
And the accuracy. See you later, artist fun. She's leaving?
Yeah, she's got to run back and take care of something.
Okay. Thanks for stopping in and hanging out with us. So yeah, this gimbal is, they say, like I said to you, when you start talking about mapping, right, and you start putting these cameras, something like the Sony A7R 4, you start putting that on these commercial gimbals, which are larger platforms that are flying these things for mapping.
Right.
You're talking about a 61 megapixel camera.
Okay, we're trying to come in.
Who?
Hit that tab.
You?
Yeah, I'm staying here on the phone, but I'm trying to come in. If it'll let me at least show the video, I'll be happy. Hold on, I need to mute something here.
Mute something. Oh yeah. Mute. Oh, we lost him.
I'm here.
Yeah, but
I got it. Sorry about that. Never mind. I give up. Give up. There's the link to the Pixy gimbal. I tried. I'm doing too much at once. That's all. But there's the link.
Don't worry about it.
Yes. Like I said, we're in the new studio.
What makes it so special, not to cut you off, what makes it so special is it has this new slide and lock mechanism.
Okay.
I'm having so much problems with pronunciation, this mechanism. It's
Mechanism. You make
yeah.
new words. Create new words.
Yeah, it has a you stupid. There's an L cage that locks into this clamp on it, and it's easy to mount, but you have to adjust it for each different, time you
For each camera, right? You have to rebalance it
for the payload that you're using. That's most, well, if not all gimbals do have to do that.
Sorry, B Mac. He says he needs new PC speakers now.
Who, you or
B Mac. That chirp, the double feedback.
Oh.
That was coming through my earpiece, and yeah.
Then you busted up everybody's speakers?
Yeah, man. I'm sorry about that.
No, but see, like this gimbal, like I said, it's great. Oh, there you go. Commercial use product.
Right.
Yeah, and then
I think I think they'll sell a lot of them.
Now, what makes it so good is that you can adapt this to any one of these kind of I guess these larger heavy lift drones. And now here it is, you can do with a drone, you can work with a drone that's proven platform, it works for you, you know what it does, and you can get around having to worry about when or whether or not, what's that? Air peaks. Yeah, that's the name of it. Whether or not the air.
Wow. Wow.
It's still around?
I'm assuming so.
Okay.
I haven't heard anything of discontinuing, so I'm guessing they're still trying to sell it.
No, because somebody had told me that the Karma had a party, and they invited, and they
Air Peaks.
They had invited X Dynamics and Air Peaks to come to the party,
to come hang out with them.
Yeah,
it's funny you mentioned Karma. I met somebody who had a Karma, and he was like, I could fly it here, but I can't get authorization to take off. I'm like, why? He says, because I'm in Class B airspace. So I was like, well, why can't you take off? He goes, because they tell me I can't fly here. I said, you don't use Lance? He goes, what's that? So I took a sigh. I sighed, and I showed him the before you fly app. And then I said, ignore that. Just go straight to a loft. So he still owns a Karma. It still flies. And then he turns around and says, well, I could fly without authorization, but it tells me I couldn't fly here. I said, no, just use the Aloft app, and you'll know where you can't. Because then you saw the photo I had on the beach. The guys on Easter, the church on Easter was having an Easter service. Now, he was their media guy. His son was their media guy. And I was talking to the son, and he came over and explained that they have a Karma with a GoPro on the front of it, and it takes a while to calibrate, but it flies.
Now you can get Lance approval to fly a Karma?
I don't know. I have no idea. I've never seen a Karma on user interface or anything. Jody says, I think the Mavic 3 Pro SDK was released. Well, you got jokes.
Well, when you see when they well, the amount of crashes that the Karma had, I thought you needed a Koa to fly that shit, and like
right. You let them know drone is going up and will definitely be crashing.
The whole safety team.
You can fly through the app, can't you? From what I understand, you were supposed to be able to fly through the app. Now, whether the Karma is compliant with Lance and remote ID, their app.
Well, we know they comply with remote ID.
Hey, Lake Pilot. Yeah, we definitely know they're not compliant.
They ain't complying with remote ID. Then there was no thought when the remote ID to GoPro when the Karma came out of
What's up?
that the FAA wanted to have happen with a drone, like it's staying aloft.
Right. What's up, Lake Pilot? Did you see what B Mac put? He says, I like the Karma. The flyaways are always exciting. That's funny. That is true. That is true. I've seen some really nice flyaways with that thing.
No, seriously, talk about flyaways and stuff like that. Ken Herron does this thing with the Karma. He says it's the Karma video, and it has a drone that's like looking down. It's like hurling towards to the ground, and it's gonna crash. And he's got the whole thing with the $6 million man.
Oh,
And,
get out of here!
Yeah, and you know how the intro to the show used to come on with the whole accident. We're breaking up. Yeah, that whole thing.
That's funny.
Yo, you know what?
Huh?
I wouldn't even want to be in a situation like that. This space shuttle, this get capsule.
Yeah. No, you're right. That sounds very painful.
Yo, when I come out of surgery, when I can walk again, I'm killing Oscar and the other dude. What was this boy?
I remember Oscar. I remember the boss.
Goldman.
Yeah.
I'm choking him out.
You put me in that shit and
with the bionic arm. You crazy?
Uh-huh.
Boom. Be $6 million of me sitting in jail.
Hey, Ray Kelly, what's good, man? How are you? JSK says he's got to go. Everyone have a great night. Leonard, thank you for coming by and supporting us. Hey, we appreciate you and everybody. There's four.
You know what, Lawrence?
Yeah.
Now, one other thing I wanted to hit you with.
What's that?
The Mark II Aurora.
Okay.
Yeah. On April 5th of this year, the Dowling Space Aerospace announced that they had they successfully completed its first series of rocket powered tests on the Aurora the Mark II, I should say, Aurora spaceplane.
Right.
Now, for those of you who are not familiar with this spaceplane and what it is that they're trying to, you know how we send up rockets and these things usually come back in
right,
parachute into the water or wherever they have it land the parachute. This is going to be able to take off from a runway, go up into space, and be able to come back and land on a runway
after delivering a 1-ton payload
or something to that nature.
Yeah. I believe they said it's capable of carrying 1 ton into space and coming back and landing autonomously.
And now that at the test flight,
there's the video in the chat, guys.
In New Zealand at the Glendon
wake up
aerodrome. These tests were conducted from was it March 29th through the 31st.
It's too early to be tired.
What happened?
Nothing.
So the tests, they claim these tests highlight there's a milestone. They highlight the milestone in the Aurora's platform development.
Right.
This is, like I said, the second edition of it, and you had a nice video that we
I just put it in the chat. Unfortunately,
it was
unfortunately by next week we should have the bugs worked out. Definitely.
The Aurora in testing has been able to reach altitudes of 6,000 feet at 170 knots,
which comes up to 100, and I believe I checked 100. Those in knots converted is 195 miles per hour.
Which is not bad.
So you figure with a tailwind, that thing will probably break 200 miles per hour.
I'm just curious to see what it'd be moving with this 1-ton payload. This is what they did in testing. At the test facility.
Yeah, that video is the link of
6,000 feet at 170 knots. This is what I mean.
So that thing is screaming across the sky.
This is what I mean about making
later. B-Mac, thanks for coming.
A candidate. Thanks, B-Mac. Thanks for coming and hanging out with us, for being a recipient of that Collier trophy.
Right.
Stuff like this, work like this, can really get you in the running. Stuff like what Resnick did with
Right.
brink drones,
Mm-hmm.
that kind of work. You know, that
Right.
kind of work. So
Well,
it's
Herman,
about that time.
it's that time.
Whoa,
It is. It is that time. Time
It's
flies when you're having fun
really.
and technical issues.
Yeah, I mean, well, it's okay.
We got through the stream.
We
That's
got-
all we wanted
so
to
we
do,
just-
bro. We got through the stream. That's
We
all that
gotta
mattered.
we gotta work on
Yes, Jim's droning. It is actually a pilotless plane, but that thing
Yes.
is supposed to be able to carry
It's
1
gonna-
ton up
right
into
and
space
take stuff into space and drop it
or
off
bring stuff back down.
and come back and land on a runway.
Right. Now, here's the issue that we've always had with space and rockets. And the major issues are if something goes wrong on the International Space Station or in the shuttle or something up there,
It's stuck up there.
now you'd probably be able to launch one of these things and get it up there quicker than you could launch a rocket and recover it.
True, but
So
you know
that's
what?
a plus.
But well, I think in the video they showed how the guys fly it.
Yes. The video does show how they fly it. It has control or horizontal lines. It's a plane. It's a jet powered delivery
And
plane.
it's not a remote control box like what we're using.
Right.
Yeah.
Right. They
It's
definitely have
Can you
a
imagine?
much larger system.
Can you
But
imagine
we
that?
appreciate you all, and it's that time.
Yes, everyone. I guess we'll be back again next week with some more interesting stories. To share
God
with you.
willing.
Yeah, hopefully. I mean,
Yeah.
I'm planning on being here.
I that's my objective. That's definitely my objective.
Yeah, like Lawrence said, we appreciate you all for coming and hanging out with us, man. And we really, 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 really do appreciate you all.
And we appreciate the new tech support that has joined the team.
Okay. Yes.
I'm going to turn him into a visual observer. He doesn't know it yet, but
Uh-oh.
eventually we want, because Herman and I were like this today. And I was his visual observer, but after that drone did that thing where it drifted 10, 15 feet, we need a visual observer. Another visual observer.
Oh, it will be all right. Well, we'll get it.
Yeah, I know, man.
We'll get it. Yeah, guys, there's a few streams on tonight. Go and check some of those guys out. I know Jake Sloan will be on, and who else? Eddie and Dobo on later on tonight. But there's a few shows in between that. Johnny and
Johnny Drone Flyer and Ray Kelly.
Ray Kelly will be on. They're probably on right
Bill
now.
Coast to Coast.
Bill,
yes, they are.
Yeah. Well, you can go check those guys out tonight. You know, they're all be on. With that,
this is true. It's been fun.
Yeah. So, like I said, Wednesday night with those guys is sponsored by those guys.
I don't have my stream deck hooked up.
Good night, everyone.
I just pull a Kelly Clarkson, who should be go. Good night, everyone. Phantom 5 Pro. We need a Phantom 5 Pro. Phantom 555.
A Phantom 5